My name is Larissa, and I'm going to be talking about the professional dispositions that are important for an educator to possess. One of these dispositions that I have would be high expectations. I absolutely believe that all students can learn. Also, I think it is important to determine what success looks like for each student and then use that to set realistic goals. Another disposition that I feel I have is respect for the diversity of others, and I hope to teach my students that all of us working together is much better than each of us working alone. And the reason for that is because we all have unique talents and abilities to offer, and when we combine, we're a powerful force. I also want to teach my students to respect diversity in our classroom because that is one step towards respecting diversity in the world. In addition to respect for diversity, I hope to teach my students about fairness. Obviously, the best way to do this is by being fair myself as a teacher and leading by example. Also, defining fairness is another important aspect of this disposition. I appreciate the definition of fairness that I have learned from teaching thus far, and that is fair is not everyone getting the same thing, fair is everyone getting what they need in order to be successful. Along with fairness is the disposition of compassion. I know that I am meant to be a teacher because I truly enjoy what I do. I look forward to going to school each day and seeing those small faces look up at me, excited to learn. Being a compassionate teacher is so critical, especially when you're working with students who may see you as the only compassionate adult in their lives. While I feel that I possess many of the necessary dispositions, there are others which I know that I need to work on. For example, professional conduct has several aspects. I think that I conduct myself in a professional manner at school, in my dress, as well as in my interactions with students and colleagues. However, the aspect concerning knowing and abiding by all policies and laws is one that I need to research. There are many of these laws, especially when it comes to special education services, and I know that I could be more knowledgeable in this area. Also, the disposition of reflection is another I think that I could work on. As a busy teacher, it seems like there is never enough time in the day. However, it is necessary to take the time to evaluate yourself and your current practices in order to determine how to be the best teacher possible. When speaking of reflection, I think that using feedback from observations, student data, and evaluations is a great way to practice reflection. It helps to get a fresh perspective from an observer, as well as to learn from more seasoned teachers. Such experiences should always be seen as an opportunity for learning and for improvement. All of these dispositions coincide in order to create an effective teacher. Having respect for diversity helps a teacher to understand people who may be different from themselves. Also, having high expectations and taking the time to determine how to help a student be successful shows respect for those with learning differences. I feel that fairness is an important disposition to consider when talking about potential bias. All students should be treated equally, but some teachers may not even recognize their own biases. This is why it is important to frequently evaluate yourself and look for personal biases which you may have in order to keep them from affecting your teaching. I hope to expand on those dispositions which I already hold, and also to become more knowledgeable about the dispositions which I do not, in order to become a successful educator.